Hey YouTube, it's Fix It with Biscuit here, and what we got today is my iPad Air. The screen, my daughter dropped it and cracked it, so I wanted to show you that the screen's still good, but the digitizer is bad. Well, it's not bad, but it's just it's got some really big cracks in it. I don't know if you can see that or not, but what we want to do is turn it off. And we got a brand new one here that we're going to replace it with. So yeah, let's get to it. What you're going to need is a small screwdriver, some guitar picks or something like that that you can slide behind the screen so the and here's a suction cup. Suction cups are kind of cool. And one of these microfiber cloths are really good to have to clean. So yeah, let's get started here. And a heat gun or a blow dryer or whatever, just to go around the edges to allow the glue to come off easier. So let's go ahead and heat it up. Oops, sorry about that. You don't want to get it too hot because you don't want to ruin any of the electronics. And I already pulled it apart a little bit off camera. I opened this side over here a little bit. Pretty warm already. So let's go ahead and see if we can just pop it off here with this suction cup. You got to be careful because there's a ribbon on this side that you don't want to jerk it up. So you need to really lift it from this side this way. And you just got a Bi-Mart keychain part that, as you can see, yeah, the screen's cracking more and more. And you just work it around. If you get little pieces or whatever, you can just peel them off or pull them up. Don't want to stick anything too far in here because there are other ribbons and stuff inside, and I'll show you that once we get it opened more. There we go. And you just lay the screen over here, and there are 4 screws. You want to get real small screwdriver tip. There we go. I got this screwdriver for Christmas as a stocking stuffer one year, and I'll tell you that I love this screwdriver. It is awesome for doing these little jobs. And there's 4 screws. And this screw here is underneath the screen. There's a tab that you gotta peel up. And 4 little itty bitty screws. You don't have to. You can cut these ribbons if you wanted to, just to move the digitizer away, since you're not going to be putting it back on. It wouldn't hurt anything to do that. So you want to be very careful and lift the screen up, and it comes up, and you want to, from the home buttons down here at the bottom, you want to flip it towards the home button like that, the screen. And then there's 3 little screws here that you pull out, and this whole metal part will come out with the digitizer. I think it's the digitizer or the screen, one of the two. And a good thing to have, which I forgot to grab, is some magnets. I have a whole stack of little Neo magnets that I bought off eBay, a couple hundred, and I just use them for all kinds of different projects and stuff. And then you just want to be gentle and pop that up, and that releases the screen. So you can take your screen and put it anywhere. You want to be very, very careful with this. You do not want to scratch it. You do not want to drop it, because if you drop, you have to buy a new one if you mess it up. So we're going to set it up and out of the way. And then there are 2 ribbons. One here, ribbon cable that you pop off, and one here that you pop off. And then this one here, you have to lift this up, this little black tab, and you slide it out, and there's your digitizer. And this one is pretty cracked. I'm not sure if you can see the cracks or not, but the whole side's busted out, and it's cracked all the way through here and all the way. But this is garbage. You could save the home screen button, just the button and the ribbon, because that's still good. There's nothing wrong with that, and you could just peel it off here and keep this if anything ever happens, because there's nothing wrong with that, and you just glue it back down. But the rest of this is garbage. So, and here's the brand new one that we got. Sorry, my noisy dog's back there eating. I don't know if you guys can hear him or not, but I can. So what you want to be careful with is these ribbons and stuff. And the other thing is when you get a new screen, there is a protector, screen protector on the back of this that you want to take off. You want to make sure you take it off before. And the way I bought this one is this one already came with all the glue and stuff all the way around it, and you want to make sure that you get all your glue and stuff. Here, we'll move this out of the way because I almost forgot, guys. that you want to go and you want to scrape all the glue and stuff all the way around here off, and make sure that it's nice and clean. And you can just take a razor blade or something like that, and you just go along, scrape off all that. And another thing you can use is like a little damp towel of like rubbing alcohol or something to get it off. But you want to make sure you get this section really, really clean, because the cleaner you get it, the better it's going to stick. These iPads, they're really actually pretty simple, these ones. Yeah, minis, they're a little harder. They have a few more steps to them. You want to be careful when you're scraping right here, because this is plastic. So you want to be very careful when you're scraping on the plastic that you don't scrape into it. And another thing is you want to be very careful is this here is antenna. You want to make sure that you do not scrape that off, which you can see I scraped it a little bit, but we're still okay. They do make these tools that you can buy. If you drop your iPad or iPhone or whatever on the corners and the corner gets dented in, they actually sell these tools that you can fix the frames so it brings the frame back to what it was. And it goes in the corner, and I'm not sure how I've seen them, but I'm not sure how they work exactly. If you tighten a screw over here and it pushes it out or something, I'm not positive on that, but I do know that they make a tool for it. Like I said, the cleaner the better. Want to make sure it's not sticky or anything. Gotta get all that gook out of there. You want to make sure it's as clean as you can get it. And this is it's pretty decent. I don't have any rubbing alcohol here, or I would use some. I forgot it was out, but that's alright. So, okay. So we're ready to start putting it back together. So you want to take your screen, lay it here. And then you want to, you got to be careful with this ribbon here. It tapes to this right here to the screen part, and you want to make sure that you pull off the screen protector on the back before you try to put that on there, because then you'll just waste your sticky glue and stuff. So you just come on now. There. This is the screen protector I was talking about. You're gonna take it off, and then what you'll want to do is peel off your you got to be very careful. Peel off the strip there, and then what we want to do here is we want it to go as far as we can get it over to this edge. You don't want it to go any farther, because then it'll block the screen, and you don't want to block any of the screen. So what we want to do is, I like to bend it over in the center first, and then I can push the ends, and then you just fold it in. I'm not quite sure why they don't have that done for you already. I don't know what the deal is with that, but you want to make sure that it is nice and flat like that, or the screen won't stay down all the way. And you want to, anywhere you touch the screen now, it's going to have fingerprints. You want to make sure that your fingerprints are not on the back of this, because when this screen's in here, it's in there. And so we'll go ahead and peel this one, push it back a little bit. I'm going to make sure that these are going to sit nice and firm, and I like to get to bend them first this way before I start doing it, so that they're formed, and then you go along and you peel up your the double-side stick tape, basically is what it is, and you want to peel up just the edge somewhere here. There it goes. And then you want to be careful that nothing touches that. I'm just having a heck of a time with the double-side stick tape stuff. That one came off. Well, I spoke too soon. Alright. Got all that mumbo jumbo off. Now let's set in our home screen button. And you're going to make sure the flap's up. And you want to push it in. And you'll feel it, and it'll go all the way in there, and it'll click in, and then you just push it down, the little tab down, make sure it goes down, and then we're going to put these on, and they just snap in if it stops falling off the side. And you'll feel them, they snap in, you'll feel it. And then this one just, you'll hear them click. And they're clicked in there like that. And then what you do is, we're going to take, and we're going to set this screen on this bubble wrap here, that I got over here. And we're just going to clean this screen. Oops. And you don't want to push real hard, and you don't want to hold this in your hand and do it, because you hold it in your hand and do it, you'll put pressure in one spot more than the other, and then you take a chance of breaking it. And I'd rather have a couple smudges than to break it. Alright, that's all good now. And, you know, whoa, we almost broke it. Take it and flip it upside down here by your home screen button. And you just put it a little over on the edge here. And this is where it can get tricky. Right there, like that. And now it's time for them itty bitty little screws again. And what you can do is wick your screwdriver across the magnet and then magnetize your screwdriver. Here, let's. They're so small, I just barely can see them. Alrighty, and then you just pick up your screen. Flip her over. And it sets into place here. Use your little microfiber cloth to push it down into place. And then you just grab your other screws. there are one longer screw than the rest, and it goes into the top corner up here. It is just a little bit longer than the rest of them. Oh yeah. Set that against the tripod. Lift our come on now. There we go. You do not want to tighten these down real tight. Gonna blow off anything. We want to run a little fiber again over top of it to pull any stuff off. And then wipe our screen. And then just take the screen and okay, this is where the get out of there. This here, this ribbon, you got to push it in and fold it over. There you go. And what it does is it slides down alongside the screen. And then, oops. Come on. I'll make sure that it's all the way over. And I must power it on. And there you go. There is a new screen replacement that is that simple. So thanks for watching YouTube, and this is Fix It with Biscuit here, and hope you guys freaking stay tuned for another video. So yeah, brand new iPad screen. You guys have a good day.